Good morning and happy Sunday. Can you just feel the newness in the air? While we're waiting for the top of the hour to come and for more people to be online, I'm going to just use my favorite oil for grounding, and you might select whatever oil you have nearby, your favorite single oil or blend. Pick it up. I'm going to use my beloved Sacred Mountain and use it liberally. Just dropping it on. I got 2 drops. I figured I would use as many drops as just fell out while I was talking. Breathe it in. Intend that those molecules go wherever they're required throughout your entire being, and brush it over your whole physical body and your energy being. And I'm going to begin this morning with the bowls, just to give us a little bit of introduction. This one, as many of you know, is one of my favorites. So just breathe in your oil and listen to these frequencies. Allow them to wash over you. I always hate stopping the frequencies, those beautiful sounds, because I can hear them past where the microphone picks them up. So, good morning, happy New Year. It's wonderful to have you here with me on the very first Sunday in the new year. Can you just feel that newness, that excitement? And I want to take this moment to just thank each of you who is here, you loyal people who come, who are actually present live with us. Your energy is a part of whatever message that I deliver, and never feel that it's not an important part. What I say is one thing, but it's truly you that does add to this frequency that all of us are able to use. So, happy New Year, and may this year be a wonderful one. I chose the topic, this came to me earlier in the week for a change, and that was what's in the cards for us? What's in the cards for you? And so often I know that I personally have, I'm sorry, I need to turn my other phone off so it doesn't distract me when my messages come in. How often do we feel that we have to do things differently? And I've done a lot of thought this week about what to do with the new year. What's in the cards? Well, Obviously, when I say the word card, many of you might think about the rainbow healing cards. And rainbow healing cards are not intended as a fortune-telling device of seeing the future. My personal belief is that none of us really knows, can go beyond where we are right now. The future is an unknown. So the key is to live this present moment as the fullest that we possibly can. And I've seen a lot of wonderful inspirational things this week about choosing a word for the year. And I attempted to do that, and I'm finding that it's really difficult other than that present moment. I kind of distilled it down a little bit to the present. But there's still so many more things to think about. Enjoy. Present time and enjoy were the two things that I kind of decided upon. However, then the thought occurred to me, what's in the cards? Well, how many of you select your rainbow healing cards every day? Well, I personally, that's the first thing that I do, and every one of you has the option of downloading the app. It doesn't cost anything, so you can do this on the app. I do it on the app. I do it on the cards, the physical cards themselves. I do it multiple times because things change. Nothing stays the same. This present moment is here fleetingly. It's here right now. What are you experiencing right this moment? It's not about next week, next month, next year. It's about living this moment to the fullest. So what I do is I select my cards first thing in the morning with my app. I have my phone right there, and the first thing I do is to apply my Sacred Mountain and to select my cards on the app, and I screenshot that because that gives me something to think about during the day, during that moment, during my meditation, during whatever period of time I'm choosing to focus upon that. So the word focus is a huge one as far as I'm concerned, because this gives me, when I select my cards, an area of focus. And the focus does change. Nothing is stagnant. Everything is kinetic. It's moving all the time. Time is moving. Everything is changing in every moment. Would you agree? So it's all about our focus. What are you choosing to focus upon? So I drew some cards last week. I write down my cards. You know, I have my journal right there, and in addition to screenshotting those cards, I write down the cards and what comes to me, what thought comes to me at that particular point. And it's interesting to me to look back over that. Maybe this is the former analytical Frances coming out, but to look back over and see if is there a pattern in these cards. What is it that allowed me or drew me to selecting those particular cards? Do they seem to work together? Well, one of the cards that I have selected multiple times in the last week or 10 days is creation. Manifesting the dream. Now, I encourage you that when you select a particular card, that you also look at some of the potential aspects of that card, because it's not just what the name says or the total concept. It's really a little deeper than that, but that manifesting the dream, creating, we always have the opportunity to create newness, to create things differently. Now, I used that word intentionally right then, differently, because right here at the beginning of the year, we often look back and we judge what we may or may not have done. Do any of you do that? I certainly, whoops, I dropped one of my cards again. I have to pick it up. I have so many sitting in front of me, and that must be one of the ones I'm supposed to talk about. I see messages and everything. So I looked, and along with this creation card, I also, throughout the week, kept selecting Breath of Life, which is one of the single tones in that hologram, Freedom, and Leadership. So I feel that that's an emphasis when you select a single glyph that is also in that particular hologram that you have randomly been guided to select. So I look to see if there's any kind of a meaning in between this. And I know that the breath of life is all about change. It's about allowing the changes to take place. It is that breath that the brand new baby, when the baby is born, that newness of life, it's that transformation. It's that time of no turning back. Any of you who have given birth know that once the baby is here, there's no turning back. So it's about allowing that change to occur. How often do we resist change? Now, you're looking at someone who that was totally my way of dealing with things. I would decide a plan, and I would determine how to do it and put blinders on, not allowing the change. Change terrified me. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's taken me a lot of years, but there's no escaping change. And I think every one of you here would agree that 2020 was a year of change. If you had one word to describe that year, you may choose that word change. Well, change carries over, because change brings us to a new starting point. And then we can change from there. We can choose what direction to take. Now, the second glyph that I got that over and over this week, freedom, release, releasing the beliefs about the way that things must be done. I was a math teacher. I knew all the time, all my life. I grew up with my father was a CPA. I grew up with the rules of math, and they don't change. However, life does change. So as we are moving along, allowing the change and releasing our beliefs about the way things must be done. This is a biggie, isn't it? It's also about releasing our expectations about the outcomes. Ooh, that's a huge one to me. So, because I would plan my outcomes. So it's about letting go of control. Another big one for many of us. So this kept coming up. And so I have used a lot of lemon essential oil. How many of you know that lemon is one of the most detoxifying essential oils that there is? It is whether we are breathing it in or whether we are using our Lemon Plus, Lemon Vitality, and drinking it, it's a tremendous detoxifier. When you couple that with the orange essential oil of the change, of the breath of life, orange has been also shown to bring about massive change in the physical form as well as the energy being. And then that third glyph that is all part of the creation glyph, the leadership, that allowing the expansion to occur. How often do we hold on? We're choosing to hold on to the way things were rather than allowing for the expansion. Expansion is the only way that we truly move forward. So that's sandalwood. Boy, do you love using sandalwood? I love using sandalwood. Sacred sandalwood is also one of my very, very favorites. So, as you're looking at the particular cards that you select, it may give you an area of focus. So I selected more this morning for myself, and I'm just going to touch on them. I'm not sure how long I've rambled on so far, but I'm going to touch on them because this is another hologram that I have come up with over and over again over the past months, and that is harmony. How many of us would love to have harmony on all levels? Harmony. It's not just about not having dissension. It is harmony in relationships, but it's harmony at all levels. Every portion of your being working together, getting rid of the dissonance. How can we enjoy every moment if there is dissonance, disharmony? And to add an exclamation point to that, this is all about longevity as well as harmony in our relationships. So I love getting this particular blend because I love to think of the longevity that is brought into my life experience because there is harmony within every fiber of my being and harmony around me. This is where the sacred space comes in. We can each create our own sacred space, our place that is safe for us to stay in at all times, our place where there is harmony and whatever we choose to put inside our sacred space, putting outside that chaos, that dissonance, all of the stuff that brings us down. We can start out up here. How many times have you walked out of your home and felt that you were feeling wonderful and happy and excited about the day, and then someone you met, something that occurred, brought you down the bar? Well, this is what I am choosing to focus on in this year particularly, but in this moment. The year doesn't happen until we live this moment. So in this present moment, I also drew this card today. Compassion. Compassion is not just about nurture. It is about nurturing yourself and others. It's about finding that perfect balance. That perfect balance in every moment. Would you love to live in perfect balance in every moment? This is that beautiful turquoise energy. This is my favorite color. I have on turquoise. I am truly, truly surrounding myself with these frequencies. Who knows which are the essential oils that anchor this frequency of compassion? They're on your glyph. I decided today that I would use all three because there are 3 single oils that will anchor this frequency into every portion of your being. There is the Idaho Balsam Fir. If you happen to have that, I'm going to apply, as I said, all 3 of them right now. There is the Idaho Blue Spruce. And I'm going to, as I apply these and breathe them in, intend that those frequencies will move wherever they are required to totally allow every fiber of my being to be in harmony and to balance. And then, of course, that incredible frequency of the Northern Lights Black Spruce. And every time I apply this particular essential oil, I am taken to the beautiful Northern Lights. I feel the energy of Gary because of the love and the energy, his energy that he put into developing this particular farm so that we could all enjoy the Northern Lights Black Spruce energies. So as you move through this coming week, this exciting week of a brand new year, intend to pay attention to what you're thinking about. Pay attention to your focus. Now, I am choosing to focus. I'm taking that freedom glyph. Focus on releasing my preconception, my notions about the way things have to be. Allowing things to flow, which just happens to be the 3rd card I selected this morning, the Artisan, which is all about the creative flow. It's not about doing things in a particular manner. It's about allowing that flow to move through you, allowing the frequencies, allowing you to be in the present moment and to enjoy. That is something that I am blocked on frequently. We'll talk about this a lot in the coming Facebook Lives about where we may be blocked in our lives. So that joy, I truly, that's a big one for me. And I've mentioned before that when I first started using the Young Living essential oils, Gary would talk about how he loved Joy Blend and he wanted to hire a crop duster and spray the world with joy. And I thought, it doesn't smell good, because I was afraid, fear, to allow joy in my life. So perhaps this is one that you would choose. It's certainly one that I'm choosing to surround myself with and to intend to reach my highest potential. That's all any of us can do. It's not about overcoming a particular challenge. It's about reaching the highest potential in every single moment, about living each moment in joy and focusing on being in that present moment. So I challenge you this week to take a few moments. Use your app, or if you have the cards, whatever you choose, which of our tools you choose to use as you're selecting your cards, and write down just to pay attention and think about your focus. Where do you choose for your focus to go? It's not about the outcome. It's about your focus for that particular moment. So have a gorgeous week, fun, enlightenment, and I'll see you next Sunday.